Everybody, this is Marti G here, and they have announced a new Paragon hero, Wukong. Wukong is order and corruption, and used to be traveling companions with Feng Mao, and whenever it became too much to handle, Feng ended up trapping him in a cave, and left. 100 years later, he's finally free, and on his way to Agor to resume aggravating Feng Mao, is what the official lore says. He apparently is a deadly and elusive melee carry, and capable of farming faster than any other hero with his abilities. He starts off with his, he has, the first ability is Control Aggression, and it grants a passive that gives bonus CP card points to a random minion in the area upon last hit. It also has a toggle to it, which is the main sort of, just his main gameplay kind of mechanic. He can actually toggle between two different stances, the offensive and defensive stance, and it's actually quite funny because that actually does give him a lot of utility inside the game. The first bit is a jump. It extends his polearm. Oh, I apologize. The first one for offensive is an extension to his polearm, and it deals damage and pushes enemies back the length of the staff. That'll be very good for, if you see right here with Grim, he jumps down and he pushes him straight into lane, or into the tower, and does, the tower deals damage, kills Grim. Simple as that. The other thing is his defensive Wukong plants his staff and launches himself in the air. It's really good, a very good way to get away from somebody, but also a good way to initiate, as you can see right there. Completely jumps over abilities, gets rid of that stuff, and that actually goes ahead and it shows you his ult as well. When he actually strikes, he will gain bonus copies of himself that continue to deal damage in a radius. And the clone's damage is actually based on a percentage of Wukong's damage itself. And this happens whenever he strikes a minion, a hero, or a structure, and it just creates that clone. It does not move, but it does deal damage. Now the other thing is his square, his Cloud Walker. It's pretty nice. It actually gives him a double jump, and the end of the jump, if you're in the offensive stance, will end with a slam, and that slam deals damage, and it also slows enemies. In the defensive stance, he's able to walk on the air, and it actually gives him the ability to just jump across a couple, different, like right here, I'll show you. You see, you can walk right across, he'll be able to get to different platforms, he'll reach higher places, better places, and it'd just be really, really easy for him to do lots of stuff. The Staff of Legend actually that's the extension, and yeah, it looks as though this is another carry from Paragon. I'm not 100% happy with that, but it does look like they're wanting this guy to be more of a farmer than anything else. He needs to get that advantage fast, and I imagine that advantage is absolutely detrimental to this, or absolutely pertinent to this character, because if you don't, then I imagine you will quickly fall behind and become a squishy target, would be my guess. Now, a couple of the sites that I've seen will suggest to use him in the offlane. Not a bad idea, especially like Feng Mao. Feng Mao does excellent in the offlane. He does fantastic, in fact, and some of the best offlane gameplays with either, the Melee Greystone, or with Feng Mao. So it's going to be really interesting to see how people play him, and I really hope to see more of him in the future. So if you guys have any comments or anything, just let me know.